JoLynn Braley Show, episode number 249. 3 myths about struggle-free weight loss. Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. This is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the kick-ass amazing Inner Self Diet. The diet that is not a diet. The diet that gives you struggle-free weight loss. How? By healing your out-of-control compulsive overeating, your binge eating, your emotional eating, your self-doubts, your night eating, your stress eating, whatever it is that is keeping your body fat, frustrated, and you're feeling fed up with the whole thing, that stuff gets healed in the Inner Self Diet so that you're finally free of the drama, free of the struggle, and you're able to live a healthy lifestyle without struggle. And then guess what happens? The fat comes off your body and it stays off because you're not fighting anything. You're not sabotaging yourself. You don't have to use any willpower. There's no willpower involved because willpower only comes into play when you're fighting with yourself. When you're fighting a desire to do the stuff that makes your body fat. All right? And, hey, it's 92.8% about your inner world, about your inner self. If your inner self programming is fat, then your body has to be fat. And that's why you struggle. That's why you fight, because you don't have the fit, healthy, strong, sexy, awesome, amazing inner self programming. Because if you had that already, then weight loss would be struggle-free for you. It would not be any big deal for you to do the things that you need to do to live a healthy lifestyle, to allow the fat to come off and stay off. And so all of this inner self work is what I do with my amazing coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. I work with them personally. I work with them over the phone. They could be anywhere in the world. And we do the steps, we get it done, and they break free of their struggles. I've been doing this work since 2009. It works every time. You just have to do it. You know, I mean, the Inner Self Diet is not going to work for anybody who just listens to my podcasts and they hope and dream and wish and pray that somehow they can have struggle-free weight loss, and they never actually get into the Inner Self Diet, you know, because they allow their fears to stop them. And I know what it's like to allow your fears to stop you. I've wasted years of my life hiding behind the fat and allowing my fears to hold me back. But it was all a bunch of struggle and it wasn't any fun. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, you know, you have to make a decision that you are willing to get out of your comfort zone and get the help that you need to end your food and weight struggles. How do you know you need help? Well, just look at your results. Your results will never lie. If you're not able to stop binge eating, if you're not able to stop emotional eating, if you're not able to get it together to just, you know, live a healthy lifestyle without any struggle, without any drama, without it being any big deal, without feeling like you're missing out or that, you know, you're hating every moment of it or hating 90% of it, that's not going to work, you know. So it's really easy to see you need help, but if you allow your ego to stop you, and you know your ego will keep you fat, and you keep telling yourself that all you need is just wait until Monday and you'll start another diet and finally you'll just do it. Well, how many Mondays have there been? You know, don't you deserve better? Don't you actually want to live this life that you've been telling yourself about and actually be in the body that you keep talking about wanting to be in. What would your day-to-day life be like if you could break free of your ongoing food and weight struggles? Okay? So, yeah, that's the work that I do. And hey, if you just want to learn a little bit more, it's not the Inner Self Diet, but you could just get my free ebook. You can get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. Learn a little bit more. That's a free ebook. There's no interaction with me or anything like that. The Inner Self Diet is actually about working with me, and it's awesome. And I'm here today to talk about 3 myths about struggle-free weight loss. And I was really looking forward to doing this episode because I am living struggle-free weight loss right now. All right? This is the October 5th episode of the JoLynn Braley Show. I've been broadcasting this podcast since the first Thursday of January 2013. It's a weekly podcast, and this week is, like I said, October 5th, 2017 episode number 249. And I am speaking to you from my home office recording studio, recording this podcast for you, and I am living struggle-free weight loss right now. All right? In fact, maybe my stats will inspire you, okay? 10 weeks ago, it would be 10 weeks ago Monday, July 24th, 2017, I made a non-negotiable commitment to myself to stop hiding behind the fat, to use the tools that I teach my clients in the Inner Self Diet, and those tools give you what is 92.8% of the solution. They give you the inner self programming that you need, so that then the 7.2%, which is the things you do with food and exercise, that's only 7.2% of the equation. When you've got 92.8% of the solution, which is your inner self programming, and that comes from the tools that I walk my clients through and I give them to use in their day-to-day life, that gives you the correct inner self programming. And so on July 24th, 2017, I made a commitment, non-negotiable, to myself to actually use what I teach. Isn't that amazing? I mean, big light bulb moment, right? I've been teaching this since 2009, and I've had major struggles holding myself back from using what I teach. It is extremely powerful, and I had so many fears of really stepping into my brilliance and actually being in the body that shows up as my best self. I was afraid of haters. I've had haters since I was in, actually before grade school. The little neighbor kid down the street was hating on me. And kindergarten. I remember in kindergarten, we had a little play, right? And I came as Mary. Mary had a little lamb, and I had this little stuffed lamb that my mom had helped me to glue the feet of the lamb so it would stand up on this little tiny cart that had 4 wheels, and then it had a rope on it, and I would pull the lamb. And I thought it was very creative and brilliant. My little kindergarten head thought this. And the kid that lived down the street, the boy that lived down the street from me, he was hating on me because of my lamb. And he hated on me throughout grade school and high school too. I don't remember if he hated on me in high school. But so that's, I've had haters my whole life about my creativity, I was an A+ student. I got a math award in 5th grade from my teacher, and that same kid hated on me, and then there were more haters coming. And I didn't know how to deal with that, though. I was really shy, and I pulled back, and then I started not doing as well in school. I wasn't getting A+, I was getting A-, and I I was afraid of being criticized. This has been a lifelong problem that I've had. And when I started my mind body weight loss business in 2007, I do very good work. I am highly skilled at the coaching that I do with my coaching clients, which I began being a professional coach in 2009. And I got the training and I've got the certifications up the wazoo. I mean, I'm great at helping my clients, but I still had fears of fully utilizing my own skills that I am more than happy to help other people use. I have been more than happy to help other people step into their light, step into their power, shed the fat, achieve struggle-free weight loss, become their own best self. And I've had no problem doing that for my clients, but I had fears of allowing myself to go there, fears of being criticized, fears of being hated on. And I decided in July 24th, 2017, I made this commitment to myself to stop doing that. And I'm sure that there will be more haters that will come. You know, haters don't like to see you doing well because they're not doing well, because they hate themselves, okay? They hate on you because they are not willing to do what you are doing. All right? That's why haters hate. But guess what? Haters hate and they never lose weight. That's the truth. They're big, they're hateful, they keep eating, and they want to squash you and bring you down because they want you to stop doing the stuff that is making you succeed. So you can't be afraid. You can't keep hiding behind the fat. You can't hold yourself in struggle any longer. All right? People are not there. I guarantee you there will be people who do not like you when you succeed and achieve struggle-free weight loss because you finally get the coaching you need to get the right inner self programming that you got to have in order to have struggle-free weight loss. All right? There will be people who don't like you because they don't have what you have once you get it. Now, maybe as I'm talking, you recognize yourself as being a hater. All right? Well, that would be a great awareness to have if that's where you've been and that's where you're at. And you don't have to stay there. You have to get the right training. You got to get the right coaching. You have to have a daily practice. You've got to have the steps that work to give you the inner self programming that will set you free. Okay? I am not kidding. This is the reality. The only reason that you're fat, the only reason that you can't stop eating is because you've got faulty programming that you're running on the inside, and more than likely you're not conscious of what you're doing. And that's even worse because if you're not conscious of it, then how do you change it? You can't. All right? This is another reason why coaching is so necessary and so needed and so time sensitive. You don't have time to waste to keep holding yourself back because the longer you do that, the fatter you'll get. It's the truth because here's why. It's easier to just keep eating and just keep staying afraid and just keep hiding. It's easier to do that stuff because you've done it so long. Your brain has a groove that's set. It's just like a record. Remember records? Are you old enough to know what a vinyl record is? And a record player, and there was a needle on that record player, and if the record had a scratch on it, then the needle could not advance because it was caught in a groove. Well, you're caught in a groove if you can't stop sabotaging yourself, if you can't just live a healthy lifestyle without it being any big deal. And you need help to get out of that groove. How do you know? Because have you ever done it? Okay? You know? Do you get it? I hope that you're from the East Coast. I love people from the East Coast because they they don't take things personal. They know they want results, and they want to get shit done. All right. I would love to be living in New York City right now. I love New Yorkers. I have a lot of clients who've come from New Jersey. Okay, New Jerseyites, is that a word? New Jerseyites? They understand too. I love the East Coast peeps. Oh, I've got a client from Boston who I'm working with right now. I just love the East Coast. Not that I don't like the rest of the country, but what I'm saying is that, the things I'm sharing with you here, this is just how it is. You could keep struggling if you want. Keep telling yourself you could somehow just do it on your own. If that were true, why don't you have the results? Let me tell you my results. Okay, I told you I made this commitment to myself, a big, bold, badass commitment on July 24th, 2017. That was 10 weeks and a few days ago. It was 10 weeks this Monday. What was Monday? October 2nd. It was 10 weeks ago. And okay, I told you that I made the commitment, the non-negotiable commitment to number one, stop hiding behind the fat. And how would I do that? Use the tools that I teach in the Inner Self Diet, which give me the inner self programming that I need in order to do the physical things like prepping my healthy food, planning ahead the food, exercising regularly, that stuff. That's only 7.2% of the equation. You got to have the 92.8%, which is the inner self programming, to make the other stuff be struggle free. The small part be struggle free. That's where everybody's going wrong, because they're only looking at the 7.2%. Okay? If you don't have the right inner self to do that, that's why you don't do it. That's why you either can't get started, or you can't keep going, or you can't get all the way to your ideal weight, or you gain it all back, Okay? So, what are my stats? I have released 20.2 pounds of excess physical fat in the past 10 weeks. My body fat percentage has gone down 3.9%. I have released 23.85 inches from my body. This results in an average of 2.02 pounds of fat released per week over the past 10 weeks. And this has all been struggle free. What does struggle free mean? I'm going to do the myth busting with you here, these 3 myths about struggle free weight loss, so that you understand what struggle free weight loss means. Okay? Number 1 myth about struggle free weight loss. The myth is that struggle free weight loss means that you don't make any effort, you really don't do anything. You keep living your unhealthy lifestyle, you keep binge eating, you keep emotional eating, you keep being sedentary, and all you do is think positive. And if you just think positive, then you'll get struggle-free weight loss. That's wrong. Struggle-free weight loss means that you do make an effort. You do stuff, okay? I have to go to the store and buy the healthy whole foods that I bring home, that I prep, cut up, cook, make recipes with, and then portion out, have ready in advance so that there's no excuses. I always have the food to eat. Okay, I never allow myself to get to the point where I'm so physically hungry that I would eat a squirrel, That doesn't happen. In fact, you know what? Part of this non-negotiable commitment I made, I went out of town on September 14th, flew on a plane from Michigan to California, stayed in a hotel for a couple days, flew back on a plane from California to Michigan, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-day excursion, including the travel days, including the flight days. Clean eating, exercise, everything, totally spot on the whole way. That means that before I left on that flight on the 14th, I did the prep. I actually portioned out my meals like 4 or 5 days before the 14th. I actually froze them. And if you're hearing something in the background, those are my amazing, adorable Pomeranians. If you've seen any of my Facebook Live videos, you've seen them pop up. Little Benny and Little and Happy. Happy is Happy. Little Benny is Little Benny. And they are here in my home office, and I love them very much. And they are staying until their end of whenever they leave their furry bodies, which I don't even want to think about that right now. Okay, just wanted to let you know in case you heard something in the background that sounded like a child or something like that, because their barks are kind of high-pitched. So, even taking that out-of-town trip, I still stuck to my commitment. All right, badass, totally non-negotiable. I had a client tell me, well, you're stronger than me, JoLynn. And I said, but there's no strength involved here. I'm not fighting anything. And she will understand that when she gets to the inner self programming where I'm at. And she's in the process of that. And she's doing great. All right. You don't get this overnight. There's no magic pill for getting struggle-free weight loss. That's why my awesome, super smart coaching clients work with me, and they do the steps which accumulate and add up. All of these steps, they add up every day, and then they get it. And then they say, "Oh, JoLynn, oh, you're so great. You're the best coach ever." And I say, "Well, thanks. However, the way you got the results you're living now is because you did the steps." Okay? I don't heal anyone. I teach them how to heal themselves, heal their inner self, and then they step into the struggle-free weight loss because they do the steps. Okay, there's a lot of people on the planet that call themselves healers. The truth is, nobody can heal you. Only you can heal yourself. But if you don't know how to heal your inner self and get struggle-free weight loss and end your binge eating and your emotional eating and your food and weight struggles, then get coaching, get it done. Do you get it? Does it make sense? All right. Got to have a coach that will tell you the truth too. Nobody is going to do you any favors by telling you, "Oh, you're fine. Oh, you're 50 pounds overweight. Oh, but you carry it so well. Oh, you're okay." If you're not happy being 50 pounds overweight, you got to do something about it. But you need the inner self programming to make it work, to make it last. Hey, anybody can lose weight. You can force yourself to do a diet and hate every moment of it, and then you keep waiting and you keep waiting and you keep waiting till the end. Oh, I can't wait till I get to the end. All these foods that I've been denying myself, I can't wait to eat them again. And guess what? There's really no change that has happened there. There is no core transformation that has occurred. If you feel like you're deprived, or you are waiting until that time that you can eat all this stuff that you're depriving yourself of now, that is not struggle-free weight loss. You do not have the right inner self-programming, and it's not going to last even if you get to your ideal weight. All right? You know that I've had all these struggles before, right? I'm not talking to you from a place of, "Oh, I'm perfect." You understand this, right? Have you listened to any of my other podcasts? If you haven't, I'm telling you now. All right. I've totally had these struggles. I know how frustrating it is. I know exactly what it's like to know exactly what you need to do to release the fat, and you're not doing it. That's the number one sign you don't have the right programming. Okay. All right. So number one myth about struggle-free weight loss means that all you do is sit around and think positive. You keep overeating. You don't make any effort. You don't exercise, you don't stay consistent, you don't change how you eat. None of that is true. You do need to do the physical things that allow your physical body to release the fat. But doing those things is no struggle when you have the right inner self programming. Does this make sense? Do you get it? Now, intellectually, I'm asking if it makes sense. You will not get the experience of this until you actually do the steps. Okay? And if you're asking, well, what are the steps? Well, that's what I do with my clients in the inner self diet. Okay? That's not an overnight fix. Hey, if you are serious about getting this done, your first step is to apply for a complimentary weight loss discovery session with me. If you want to be able to say that you have released 20.2 pounds in just 10 weeks, and you released 23.85 inches in just 10 weeks, and your body fat percentage went down 3.9% in just 10 weeks, and you did it all struggle-free, if you want to be able to say that for yourself, your first step is to apply for a complimentary weight loss discovery session with me. Just go to www.discovery-session.com. That's discovery-session.com. And fill out an application to get on the phone with me. That's your first step to finding out if it'd be a good fit for us to work together. Now, actually, I have to tell you, I don't know for sure that in 10 weeks, after you get the right inner self programming, you got to get the right inner self programming first. I cannot guarantee that over 10 weeks you would release exactly 20.2 pounds of body fat, that you would release exactly 23.85 inches. You know what I'm saying? Or that you would release exactly 3.9% of your body fat percentage. It would go down because your body is your body, but you want to be able to do this struggle free, right? Do you want to be able to release 1 to 2 pounds of physical fat per week consistently? Okay, keep it going. The time is going to go by anyway. As long as you are moving forward and the numbers keep going down, and some weeks the body fat might not go down. Okay, but this is why you have to measure everything. 23.85 inches. That is the real. That's the real result right there. Everybody is so confused and looking at the wrong numbers. If you only look at the weight number on the scale, you're missing so much. And then you know how many people quit when they don't see that number move? Because, your body will eventually hit a plateau, and you could go through 1 or 2 weeks where that weight number doesn't move. That's why you got to measure everything, though. Because if the inches and the body fat percentage are still going down, you're still making progress, man. All right, what is the number 2 myth about struggle-free weight loss? That you can just get it by taking a pill. You can just get it by getting weight loss surgery. Wrong! Do you know how many people get weight loss surgery and they do drop 100 or 200 pounds and then they gain it all back? Or they gain half of it back, or they gain 2 times that back. Do you know why that happens? Because cutting out a part of your stomach or wrapping a part of your stomach or whatever kind of weight loss surgery it is, it does nothing to change why you got so big in the first place. The reason that you got so big in the first place is because of the faulty inner self programming. And that is in your head. That's in your heart. That's in your inner world. That's in your identity. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that make up your inner world and make up your inner self-programming. If you have thought, when I talk about mindset and a weight loss mindset and inner self-programming, if you thought that just means think positive, that's incorrect. Thinking positive won't do anything for you when you have a faulty foundation underneath that. Again, this is why I do the core transformation work that I do with my coaching clients. So, no, struggle-free weight loss is not about taking a pill or getting weight loss surgery and then you just can sit back and, oh, the fat's just going to come off. That is not struggle-free weight loss. Hey, here's what I've done over these past 10 weeks. Minimum 5 days a week, I am doing my cardio. And my cardio is so simple. Walking. Walking at a fast pace in my target heart rate zone, minimum 30 minutes. I average 45 minutes, minimum 5 days a week, usually 7 days. I love it. Hear what I just said? I love it. I'm not doing it to lose weight, okay? I love what I'm doing. Get it? Maybe, maybe not. It's really difficult when you've been brainwashed by the mainstream diet industry your whole life, not your whole year, but your whole life since you were a little tiny bebob, that you just need a diet. Well, you do need a diet. You need the inner self diet. The diet that's not a diet. That's the diet you need. But when I say you need, the mainstream diet industry brainwashes you, oh, just, you need a new food plan, a new exercise plan. Well, why aren't you doing it? Because you don't have the right inner self programming. All right? So to get the results I told you about here, 20.2 pounds down in just 10 weeks, body fat percentage down 3.9%, 23.85 inches released from my body. I'm back in a pair of jeans that I haven't been able to wear for a few years. And if you've been following me for any length of time, my fears, my hiding behind the fat, this is not a secret. I did a video about this back in 2015. It's on YouTube. It's on my Facebook page, facebook.com/JoLynn Braley. It's on fearlessfatloss.com. I posted it on Your Tango, which is, that's a highly trafficked website. I wrote an article there, and that site gets it's either 1 million visitors per day or it's 1 million visitors per week. So this is not a secret. I shared that, yeah, hey, look at me, I'm the professional, and I've been having these struggles and I've been hiding behind the fat. I have no problem helping other people. Which maybe you can relate to. Look at all the time and energy that you put into helping other people. Your family, your kids, where you work, and then you're not doing for yourself. Now that's a little bit different because you still have to have the right system to do for yourself to get the inner self programming. But just in general, from a 33,000 foot view, if you look at all the time that you spend helping others, and then you're not helping yourself, then you can understand better why it is that I can be the professional. I've got all the tools, I've got the secrets, I've got the steps, I've got everything that works, and I was focusing so much on helping my clients and I wasn't helping myself. I also had a faulty thought that if I let my struggles go, then I wouldn't be able to relate to my coaching clients anymore, and that I wouldn't be helpful to them. And I could tell you I was wrong. I'm much more helpful. I'm a much better coach being on this side where I'm living the struggle-free weight loss life than I was when I held myself in the struggle. So I was wrong about that. Thank God, right? So yeah, struggle-free weight loss is not about taking a pill. It's not about surgery. It's about getting the right programming that you're running on the inside of you. And if that sounds daunting, well, it would be daunting. You wouldn't even know where to start if you don't have the steps already put together. And if you don't have a coach you're working with who is objective and can help you navigate around and out of your blind spots, okay? How do you see a spot that is blind? How do you see a blind spot? You're not going to be able to see it. That's why it's also so easy to just keep staying in the struggle, because you are in your stuff and it's so comfortable and it's so familiar and you can't even see what is stopping you. Another reason coaching is so quick and it will break you free if you've got the right coach and the right system, and you're working with a coach who gets her clients the results that you want. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you want struggle-free weight loss, then great. That's what I do. If you just want to get a food diet, then that's not me. But I hope it's making sense to you that the food diet is not enough. You got to have the right programming in order to do it. All right, so number 3 myth about struggle-free weight loss. It's not possible. It's a scam. It's a ploy. It's not real. Why? Because so-and-so on Instagram says that the struggle is real. And so weight loss has to be a struggle. And because I want to belong to the struggler groups, I want to have something to talk about. So struggle-free weight loss is not even possible. It's not even real. And I can't let go of my identity of struggle, because then who would I be if I didn't have the identity of struggle? Who would I be? Would I disappear? Would I die? Would people hate me? Would people like me? What would happen? I think I'll just stay in my comfort zone where the struggle is real and weight loss has to be a struggle. And if I'm an emotional eater, I will be one for the rest of my life. And there is no recovery once you have been in the struggle. You must always struggle. Well, what can I say? What I can say is that this is a myth. I'm talking to you right now, dude. I'm sitting here. I got my little book, my little hardcover book. It's got a pink binding, and it's got kind of like tiger stripes or something on it. Hey, I'll do a Facebook Live video and I'll show you my book. This has all my stats in it. All right? This is where I write down all my stats every week. If you're one of the people that says that struggle-free weight loss is not possible, well, I'm sitting here right now, recording this podcast for you, and it's struggle-free. I'm not fighting anything. I'm just doing my thing. It is no big deal. I eat clean. I eat healthy. I work out. I work out with hand weights. I work out with resistance bands. Those are for strength training. I don't do that every day because it's not necessary to do that every day. I'm not a bodybuilder, okay? But I am going for my fittest, tonest self. So I don't go to the gym and work out with weights every day. And what I do is working. I get that cardio minimum 5 days a week. If the weather is, I really prefer walking outside, and the Poms walk with me. And no, it is not a walk where they're walking in front of me and they are stopping every 2 yards and smelling and peeing. No, we are walking. They're getting their workout too. Here and there, they do stop and they like to leave their calling card because they are puppies, they are dogs. But for the most part, we are walking, man. And so, yeah, I am doing stuff, okay? I'm not just thinking positive. That's why law of attraction doesn't help you lose weight. If you thought that law of attraction for weight loss was all about just thinking positive and that you could just keep eating brownies all day and somehow lose weight, that is not correct. The whole thing is that you've got to get the right inner self programming so that it becomes easy and struggle-free for you to do the stuff that you need to do to live a healthy lifestyle so that the fat comes off and it's just not a big deal, and that by the time you get to your ideal weight, you'll be able to maintain it because you have the right inner self programming. One of my clients I worked with, who I was more than happy to help her, Like I told you, I've had no problem helping my clients over the years. I just wasn't, I was just so afraid of the haters and afraid of all this stuff. And I was hiding out behind the fat, my own fat. But my client Holly, who I coached in 2011, she had been majorly out of control with binge eating for over 30 years. She was 20 pounds over her ideal weight. She said that she was in a size tight 12. She said she didn't want to buy a 14, but she could hardly get the 12s on, and she didn't want to get bigger. And she knew she would if she didn't get help. She'd been in therapy on and off for 7 years. All right. I've had so many clients who took the therapy route, but they didn't get the tools, they didn't get the training, they didn't get the system, they didn't get what they needed so that they'd get the right inner self programming. That's 92.8% of the solution right there. So my client Holly, I coached her in 2010 or 2011, and she got it. She did it. I mean, she released her struggles. She released her binge eating, and she's never gone back. She still sends me emails. I got one from her just a couple of weeks ago. She said she's doing great. She said, keep up the good work. And she did release that 20 pounds in 2011, never gained it back. Those are the results that you get from getting the right inner self programming. Okay? That's why I say the inner self diet, it's not a diet. It's not a food diet, for sure. It's not an exercise program. It's about getting the right programming so you can do what you already know works for your body. Okay, my clients already know what they need to do. They know the physical stuff they need to do, but they're not doing it. And that's the glaring sign that you don't have the inner self that matches what you want in the body that you talk about wanting. You getting this? Is it making sense? It is time for a commercial break here on the JoLynn Braley Show. This week's sponsor of the JoLynn Braley Show is www.mypodcastbonus.com. Go to mypodcastbonus.com. Grab my free 5-day e-course. It will help you answer the question, is your mindset fit or fat? And help you discover what you could do about it. You can get that now at www.mypodcastbonus.com. All right, I've gone a little bit longer on this podcast, but this episode today, but I really am excited about showing up and living the struggle-free weight loss that I've been teaching, and it is really cool. I hope that my stats inspire you, and I hope that you are feeling hope that you can do this also. You've got to get the right inner self programming. And here's a couple questions to ask yourself before we wrap up. On each episode of the JoLynn Braley Show, at least the full episodes, the One Thought Shift for weight loss episodes, those are very short episodes, 10 minutes or less, and it's really, the One Thought Shift is delivered in the form of a question. But on the full episodes, like the one that you're on right now, I give you questions to ask yourself. I highly recommend that you write them down pen on paper, that you write the question down pen on paper, and then you write your answer down pen on paper to the question. Why? Why do this? Well, number one, get the most out of this free weight loss podcast. Number two, there's a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart when you write pen on paper, and you don't get that connection if you only listen to my voice. You don't get that connection at all. You don't get that connection if you type on a keyboard either. So you can pause the podcast, grab your pen and paper. Here's the first question. What would life be like for me if I was living struggle-free weight loss? What would life be like for me if I was living struggle-free weight loss? Which would mean that you would not be binge eating. You would not be emotional eating. Okay, I've done all that stuff before too. I'm not doing any of it now. Struggle-free weight loss means that you would be living a healthy lifestyle, really, really, really enjoying it, loving it, enjoying the food you eat, the healthy food you eat. You would not feel like you were missing out on anything. You would love the exercise. It would just not be a big deal. And you would be taking action. You would be doing stuff. There is stuff involved in living a healthy lifestyle that you got to do. But guess what? There's stuff involved in living an unhealthy lifestyle that you're doing right now. And that's all struggle free for you. You go to the store, you buy your binge foods, you plan ahead to buy your binge foods. All that stuff is struggle free. You eat it at home, isolating. Okay, you do all that stuff. Those are the things you do to live an unhealthy lifestyle. I've been there before, done all that, and it just made me fat, but and very, very unhappy and frustrated. But what would life, the question again, what would life be like for me? What would life be like for me if I was living struggle-free weight loss right now? What would it be like for me? All right. Number 2, what would I weigh and what size would I be 10 weeks from now if I was living struggle-free weight loss right now? If it was just no big deal for me to live a healthy lifestyle right now. What would I weigh 10 weeks from now, and what size would I be 10 weeks from now? Number 3 question, do I really want struggle-free weight loss? Do I really want this for myself? Yes or no? Number 4 question, what is my plan? What is my system? What are my proven steps to get this? Write it all out. And if you write down a food diet, then either I'm an extremely horrible communicator or you haven't heard anything I've said on this podcast. Because the system and the steps and the plan you need is the system to get the right inner self programming. All right? You got to heal your inner self. You got to heal the root of your unhealthy eating behaviors. You've got to get the identity that matches the body you want. You got to let the shame go. Let the depression go, let all that negativity, the emotional weight has to go before the physical weight can go. Otherwise, you'll keep struggling. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's not hard or a big deal when you already have the system in front of you. You've got the steps that you need to do, and especially when you have coaching, accountability, follow-up, you've got the coach who can be objective and help you navigate out of your blind spots so that you don't get stuck there, help you move out of your comfort zone. Hey, your comfort zone is where you stay overweight. Okay, your comfort zone breeds more unhealthy living and more unhealthy behaviors. That is the breeding ground. Your comfort zone is the breeding ground for that stuff. You cannot get struggle-free weight loss staying in your comfort zone. All right, and then the number 5 question, who is my coach? Who's my professional coach that I'm working with right now? I committed, I'm working with them, I ponied up, I paid the money, I made the commitment to myself, I'm investing the time, I'm willing to look at myself, I'm willing to be coached, I'm willing to change, I'm willing to be totally honest with myself, and I want the struggle-free weight loss. Who's my coach that is helping me get out of the stuckness, the Stuckville? Get out of Tomorrowland. Pack your bags. Move out of Tomorrowland. Move out of Stuckville. Get off the hamster wheel of struggle and diets that don't work because you don't work them. And you know, you got to have a healthy lifestyle plan that you implement in order to release the fat. It can't be some kind of weird fad diet. So who's my coach? How am I getting this inner self programming? All right. And number 6 question, what is stopping me from getting these results that I'm saying I want? What specifically is stopping me from getting these results that I'm saying that I want? Okay, you probably have to pause the podcast to answer all these questions. But I need to wrap this up because it's actually time for my pre-workout meal. And I'm really excited about that. And going for my cardio walk and continuing on, and probably in next week's episode I will give you my week 11 stats updates. I would love to know if hearing my stats inspire you. Go over to my main Facebook page, facebook.com/JoLynn Braley. Click the like button to like the page, sign up for notifications. You can join me when I do my upcoming Facebook live streams. There's already a bunch of videos in the archive there of past live streams I've done if you want to watch any of those. And leave me a comment after you like the page. Tell me, does it help you to hear my stats? Does it help you to hear that I am living the struggle-free weight loss that I've been teaching my clients all these years? Does it help you to hear that I am actually using the system, I'm using the proven steps, I'm using the proven tools that work to give you the inner self programming that you need to make the healthy lifestyle struggle free? Does it help you to hear that I'm using what I teach now, that I made the commitment to myself on July 24th, 2017? Does this inspire you? Does it help you? Does it give you hope? I would be really interested to hear, to read your comment. And also, you know what else you could do? You can tell me in a comment over there on my Facebook page. Tell me, is there a topic that you would love me to cover on the JoLynn Braley Show, an upcoming topic? Because you could leave me a comment about that. That would be cool, Okay, so today we covered the 3 myths about struggle-free weight loss. I think I was quite thorough, and if you heard what I said, then struggle-free weight loss is real. Hey, I should start that on Instagram, shouldn't I? Struggle-free weight loss is real. It is real. I'm living it right now. Okay, I wouldn't be able to say I was living it if I wasn't. You got to get the right inner self programming lined up. You got to get that running within you so that it is not a big deal to live the healthy lifestyle that you already know common sense tells you you need to be living in order to release the fat from your body and keep it off. All right. Next week's episode will be 3 reasons mindful eating or intuitive eating won't end your binge eating behaviors. 3 reasons intuitive eating or mindful eating, I haven't decided what I'm going to call that yet, will not end your binge eating behaviors. So tune in for that. That will be episode number 250 of the JoLynn Braley Show. Wow! Hey, thanks so much for tuning in today. Remember, you can get my free ebook over at www.easyfunweightloss.com to start learning a little bit more. In that free ebook, I give you 3 simple steps that you can use to start making weight loss easy and fun from the inside out now. That ebook is especially for you if you are struggling with binge eating, emotional eating, yo-yo dieting, if you're just plain struggling. Get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. On the other hand, if you'd love to stop asking yourself, why am I so smart and successful professionally, but I can't get this weight thing together, and I want to get it together, and I'm serious about doing it, then the place to go is www.discovery-session.com. That's www.discovery-session.com, and complete an application to get on the phone with me. Let's find out if or how I can help you personally, what's going on with you personally, and find out if it'd be a good fit for us to work together. The call will help you discover what has really been stopping you personally from losing weight for good and what you could actually do about it. And once again, the place to sign up for that is at www.discovery-session.com. I'm JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Kick-Ass Amazing Inner Self Diet, the diet that is not a diet, the diet that actually heals the real problem and actually gives you the struggle-free freedom to just live a healthy lifestyle without it being any big deal, so that the fat can come off and it will stay off, because you've done the most important work of all, which is the inner self healing work that must be done in order to get the results that I've told you about today, the results that I'm living right now, the results that my coaching clients live. It's all good. Hey, I wish you that you actually step into living your best life inside of your ideal body.